interested in Venezuela. The main reason the US is kind of looking at tankers off the coast of Venezuela comes back to drugs, the trade, the smuggling of illegal drugs.
Number one, there is no fentanyl made in Venezuela. Not just a little bit, there's none being made in Venezuela. So there's a lot of reasons to be worried about this. But number one is the broader principle of when can you kill people indiscriminately? When you're at war. That's why when we declare war, it's supposed to be done by Congress. It's supposed to be thoughtful. It's supposed to be debated. And we're not supposed to do it willy-nilly.
Place called Venezuela. We're going to run the country until such time as we can do a safe, proper, and judicious transition. So we don't want to be involved with having somebody else get in and we have the same situation that we had for the last long period of years. So we are going to run the country.
How about we're buying oil from Venezuela? When I left, Venezuela was ready to collapse. We would have taken it over. We would have gotten all that oil. It would have been right next door.
But what if it's not just that? Maybe there's something else going on. What if it's partly about oil? Well, in the US, that big rise is largely down to this. It's down to the shale revolution. So you've got fracking all around the US producing extraordinary amounts of crude oil. So heavy, medium, light. Remember that. And remember also, the key thing here is you get it out of the ground, it may look like that, but ultimately you still need it to go into, someone's car. So the history in America, actually, historically, a lot of the early Californian oil, that was the heavy, gloopy stuff. And here's the critical thing. These refineries are primarily set up for heavy oil, for taking that gloopy stuff and turning it into gasoline and all of the other different products. It's the majority of American production right now. Shale oil tends to be light stuff, and actually that's kind of going back 10 years. Look at where we are now, look at those bars. In the last few years, the amount of light oil being produced in the US has gone up and up and up, and the amount of heavy stuff has gone down. But back to those refineries, they need to be fed. If America's going to have gasoline, it needs to feed those refineries with heavy oil. And where does heavy crude come from? Well, here are some of the big countries where you find most of it. It's Canada and Venezuela.
So we are going to run the country until such time as we can do a safe, proper, and judicious transition. We can't take a chance that somebody else takes over Venezuela that doesn't have the good of the Venezuelan people in mind. We're going to have our very large United States oil companies, the biggest anywhere in the world, go in, spend billions of dollars, fix the badly broken infrastructure, the oil infrastructure, and start making money for the country. And we are ready to stage a second and much larger attack if we need to do so.
War, now fuck your war gun.
So yeah, and yeah, Breeze, I wasn't gonna say shit. I was just gonna say back to what we was talking about how the body evolved, where like I always thought that being pregnant, you're supposed to just be lazy and fat and just eat cravings and shit like that, and whatever the case may be. Up until now, research have proven that women can exercise throughout their whole 9 months of pregnancy, and it makes sense because in ancient times, when a girl had to have a baby, and we was tribal people who couldn't motherfucking check her into lavish maternity ward and shit, bitch. It's a matter of life and death. So the whole process of having a baby is actually like better if you stronger, better if you are in control of your body versus if you
like that whole concept laying down is not even our concept. That's their concept.
right. Yeah, like the whole shit is fucked up. Cause think about medical, they would have to put you into a sickly position to have your baby. Or else they can't heal. They can't heal a wound that ain't there. Which pregnancy is not a wound.
God
Pregnancy is
damn.
not a trauma.
They gotta sedate you.
Epidural, C-section, things of that
Right.
nature.
I've heard women talk about like like after they first kid, well, women that has more than one kid, they told me like I work out at least something, you know what I mean? Because if you don't work out, those floor muscles is done after a kid. You know what I mean? Like you can barely stand up, let alone hold your stool.
No,
And
real talk.
that whole process is super intimate between the two creators at that point, and like all that stuff that they give the woman pre-birth, like that shit destroys the placenta. Now I know niggas might not be into it like that, but that's for the male. Like all that
So
is necessary for the transfer of consciousness to be complete. Like all that shit is super spiritual, and they wouldn't understand it, or rather, they understand it, but that their whole ideal is to break that link, right? Like the link is supposed to be between man, woman, and child, right? But their idea is to break that link. The man never really gets the placenta. That's never really been a thing that's been introduced in our culture. Like you know what I'm saying, like all of those things matter. You know what I'm saying? And something as small as the woman giving breastfeeding versus the hospital fucking milk, like or just that manufactured milk in and of itself, like you deplete the level of consciousness that's able to be transferred from mother to child. You know what I'm saying? You're diluting it actually because they're no longer getting the milk essentially from the mother. They're getting it from this fucking box. You know what I'm saying? So
And plus, Serpent, I know an athlete right now that's pregnant, and she's a world Olympic champion, and she's training, while
mhm.
she's pregnant, lifting and shit. So, and at first, I remember, I was trying to, I wasn't even say I was arguing about it. I just couldn't believe. I was like, nah, I think women, should relax when they pregnant. And they see until like a whole bunch of women was like, nah, bro, we can't, we shouldn't. And then I see this athlete, my fucking mind was blown.
Mhm.
Then it made me
You
think
gotta
about
think about it on the level of
archetype
when
segment.
women. Yeah, think about it when women give birth, right? How much weight they gain after birth, right? The level that they end up gaining after birth or keeping when they're done giving birth determines on how active they were before birth, actually.
Right. So yeah, it just made me think about,
Dun, dun,
female.
dun.
Huh?
I know they can burn a lot of those calories breastfeeding though.
What happened, Hood? What happened? Why you shaking your head?
Nah, you just funny. I mean, that just was just being anecdotal. I was going through the Rolodex of certain things, but yeah, I mean, everything y'all saying is right and exact. I'm just listening.
Yeah.
Oh, shit. Oh man, I didn't mean to do nothing. I was just saying like that's what y'all talking about, right? Like the woman should be active and everything leading up to when she gives birth type deal.
Yeah, it's just beneficial. I mean, and then plus it's like, she tapping in the aspect of her Mars. I know us men and women, when we come to like goddesses and guys, us men should study the female archetypes, and women should study the males. But like I said, it just made me think about Sekhmet and just Mar goddesses. What I'm saying, energy. But the
They,
women, they
they
supposed
do the conscious community was out to get a buck at first. Like they didn't teach us none of this shit. They still got the women doing ritual work to other female deities. Like they're not even working with the male deities like this.
yeah, because you got to unlock that hidden side of you, which is your animal, your animus. So it's like we overlook those psychological aspects because at the end of the day, what does psychological or psychology mean? The study of the soul. So when we constantly tend to overlook that aspect, we're always going to miss something when we're studying psychology.
Whose chart is this, big bro?
This is just the aspects of today.
Oh, okay.
Mm.
Shout out to Chris Rock. It's a full moon tonight. You know what I'm saying?
Full moon conjunct Jupiter.
Mm. That's heavy expansion right there.
You know, I mean, my little bae on the way. and in Cancer, I mean, Gemini. She gonna be real talkative.
It'll be in
Very
Cancer tomorrow
smart,
morning.
mental. You know what I'm
Y'all
saying?
be talking about y'all love each other.
You know, Jupiter, she gonna be real thick. Yes, Lord.
Jeez.
But like relating this a little bit to what's happening with the United States government and Venezuelan government, literally kidnapping another country's president. It's crazy, but you know it happened. I think what Trump is on is more of a militarized state, you know, and he's making that first move to initiate it. He's not playing the two-term game. He's playing that, you know, that long game. You know what I mean? Pause. I think I said pause, man. I said pause.
We starting off shaky. We starting off shaky.
But I think it's kind of like a conclusion of like an old way of geopolitics to me, you know, and you got Jupiter really making it a lucky time for whoever is like willing to take it there. And then like Mars and Venus are still conjunct the sun. So this is like a super duper full moon, man. You got Mars, Venus, the sun oppose the moon and Jupiter. It's almost like everything that is happening right now. This is the identity of our government right now. You know, imperialism. We got to understand that that's even how United States of America came into existence, is imperialism, you know, and it must continue. And you know, if motherfucking Australia got oil, no, Australia is under the British ruleship. But I'm just saying, if another country has oil, this is the same thing is gonna happen. I just think it's just a time of like, fuck all that talking. You know what I mean? This is what I'm about to do, and this is what it's going to be. I think this is a great time to like really initiate shit, get out of your head about stuff, like not overthinking, like let go of like the harsh self-talk and you know, just like really going for it, you know, not worrying, just like really go for it. Because I mean, that's what this nigga Trump just did. He just went for it. He was just like, mama, grab the president. You get what I'm saying? Like that's literally somebody coming to your street, blowing your house up and taking you and your family, you know, and
none
saying,
of your
hey,
homies say, hey, leave the president of the country alone.
yeah.
Nobody says that.
Fuck that. None of your homies called you and warned you, my nigga. Like nobody said nothing. Like you couldn't get out the back door, nothing. Like nobody said nothing, bro.
And you know, this full moon is like in the tarot cards, the Nine of Swords and the Ten of Swords, which is cruelty and ruin. And to me, this full moon could be called the audacity moon. You know, like, yeah, it's just like the audacity moon. Like, do you have the audacity to dream big? Do you have the audacity to really step into who you imagine yourself to be? You know, who you want to be.
Believe in yourself.
You know?
Do you have the audacity to believe in yourself?
Yeah. Do you have the audacity to really push the boundaries? You know, and really be about it. You know, really be about it.
Yeah, I mean, and just with this energy in Sagittarius, I mean, it's pretty dope because like one thing the joke Breeze always like to make about Sagittarius is like, you know, it's a YN with his switch. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like really though, I mean, just the archer and the beast, you know what I'm saying, having that symbiotic relationship of them being come together, because it's like, you know, we have the higher consciousness, you know what I'm saying, and that primal instinct. So it's like, this is like when we was talking about, you know, the body forming and being developed. Think about a centaur in a way, and how they conquest and go through war, because it's like we got to tap in this aspect of the mythos to really embody it. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to Joseph Campbell.
Like you really gotta be some shit that a nigga gonna go to war over, because nigga got 4 legs, right? So like nigga not getting up on 4 legs for no bullshit, right? So like you get this nigga running, like this nigga is literally not going to fight for no bullshit. Like this is a 4-legged nigga. Like it's like at the end of the day, like when he get ready to go, he gone.
But I also want to say, like, on Monday the moon was in Aries, and you know, this is probably when they really made the decision to invade. Um, and then you got Taurus. You can relate that to your resources. You can relate that to money. Um, and it's kind of like maybe the United States economy is in a really bad place. We don't know it. You get what I'm saying? But the people that's looking at the books, it's like, shit, we really got to make a move right now.
Yep.
You know, I don't think it's just we just gonna be bullies because we can, even though I think we would take that route. You know, well, I ain't gonna say we, but the United States government will go that route. But I think it's more of a like stress situation for the government, because when you think about money, and it has to be backed by something, you know what I mean? It can't just be backed by just people having good faith in the fiat notes. It has to be some type of commodity, and right now oil is the commodity.
It's like 1988 with gold all over again. The fuck?
Times 100.
You gotta imagine just how much they probably like steady digging and going through certain places, just mining just for materials and shit constantly, dog.
Because on that intro video, I was just gonna say, on the intro video, it talked about how the refineries in the Gulf need crude oil to keep running. Like is at the point where they can see a foreseeable end if they don't have any more crude oil. And it's I don't really understand it, because it's kind of like we need to feed this industry. It's almost like they trying to bail out the United States oil industry by invading Venezuela in the same way that they did with the the auto industry. Here you got the auto industry just putting out all these cars every year, hardly, and and it's a lot of cars from 2020 that never hit the ground, brand new somewhere, you know. And yeah, I just look at it as it's another bailout for the oil industry for Texas, Louisiana, Alabama, those states.
Definitely, that's how I took it as well.
So basically, a way to circumvent the fact that they have to keep paying X, Y, and Z for the oil. They could just pay these people for it.
Bro, this company just like a motherfucking gang, bro.
They control it anyway for a while, right? They'll just circulate the money amongst each other.
Yeah.
Until they
so I think we talking about money from an aspect where they operate in their money. I don't think they operate in money per se, because they would have to understand that money isn't valuable to a certain point, where the only thing that's valuable on these geopolitical streets is who got the strongest military might as far as intelligence, nuclear war. Like, I think that's how they really operate. And money to a country, right, would then have to then circumvent through who? The central banks, right?
Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
so now we talking about the realities of just alchemy, of something out of nothing. And then we got this oil that people is so coveted under. And it's like, we need oil so we can like drive to the liquor store. Like we need it, and it's like, all right, we is not even really is this is how we gonna go out with everything that you were saying, Debris. I'm really figuring like if it's a finite resource and we gotta go invade a whole other country to get other oil from another person, and we're not even gonna question our way of life just so we can continue in the way that people are, they just keep adding shit to it. They're not even thinking like, all right, let's get into some minimalist shit. Like, let's
Yeah,
conserve or let's affordable housing. Everybody is luxury and trying to make more money, but it's not real. Back to my original point.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like what I'm saying, like in 2026, in a 1 year, that's you have your first full moon. To me, is like understanding nature.
Mm-hmm.
If you're a human being, do you want to survive in an economy or do you want to survive in the earth? Because the economy, they got you paying anything, everything. Like they got us paying weird ass prices now,
Mm-hmm.
and they not upping the wages.
At all. In fact, they're actually eliminating jobs.
The middle class is we come into 2026 with no such thing as a middle class.
Mm-hmm.
they canceling pensions.
There's an upper class and
It's the upper class and everybody else because of the particular fiat currency system
mm-hmm.
and the lack of knowledge because we're so caught up in the fact of not being the underclass. We are all underclass.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's just an interesting play for me when I'm looking at like this chart and dealing with like this full moon because it's like, all right, in my chart, this is where my literal moon is. So we have a full moon conjunct my moon, and this is all in my 10th house. And this is just like something that I just always did and something that I've always like really cared about. And so I was just like woke up this morning and I seen all of this shit happening. And I had another job that I wanted that I'd be doing for money. And so like I just kind of like was like, yo, but like the download came so easily to me,
Mm-hmm.
right? Of just what's happening. Cause I was my whole thing is like I'm gonna look up one thing. And if I look up one thing and if I find a connection to my hunch, I'm on to something. And
Yeah.
so I just looked up Maduro. And then Maduro is like that's what a process, a fermentation process of a cigar. And
Mm-hmm.
I said fermentation and Negrito. And I told Rod the day before we got off the live, you like, so what you want to talk about, bro? I'm like, I just want to talk about alchemy. That's
Mm-hmm.
all I want to talk. But this was before all this shit even happened. But Maduro literally means the first step of alchemy. And that's the president of Venezuela who got kidnapped. So I'm looking at this shit like we could play this shit for the whole year, every news headline, every story, and break down the alchemy behind it. Because what is alchemy? Creating something from nothing, getting people to believe something. We all believe in money. And
Mm-hmm.
that's why 90% of us are in the fucking underclass because we believed in a lie. It's not real. We worked for a paycheck our whole lives,
Mm-hmm.
and every dollar, every cent you made never was real. Like it could never be real. Property tax will get your property foreclosed upon, even if you own it. It's
Even,
not yours.
even if you own it.
It's not yours.
Mm-hmm. Because you could own the property but not own the land that it sits on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Damn. So I gotta make my house float.
Yeah.
Manifest Destiny will say, well, we about to build a highway up through here, so
Mm-hmm.
you can take this $1 million check or not take it.
Get it how you live. That's called eminent domain right there.
Right there. Every there's so many black neighborhoods that don't exist because they now the three number highways, the 296s and the 275s
Damn.
generally have been built through.
I think that's part of the McDonald's story. What happened with them? Like they thought they was doing something, so they didn't realize they didn't own the real estate that their property sat on. They had to go through that whole rigmarole and figure that part out. Like, yeah, there's a whole nother part of this that you need to get in tune with, and that's the land that your property sits on.
Yeah. I was just in New Orleans and I just wanted to mention, Interstate 10 cuts through the Treme neighborhood in New Orleans, which was another, Black Wall Street.
Mm-hmm.
And they just said, fuck that. We're gonna put an interstate through this bitch.
Yeah.
All that stuff was about gentrification from the beginning. They had wind of those levees breaking years before they broke. And
in 2025, 2026, people just generally understand it to be explosions. The levees didn't break; they were bombed. You know what I'm saying? And the way they bomb them is because they bomb the niggas. So if we got a whole bunch of water coming and we could go to the white neighborhood or the black neighborhood, and all the thing is stopping us is the levees. We're gonna blow up these levees and drown out the
that's called the educated deduction right there. Right? Like we just deduced, you know what I'm saying? Like
they did the math with the tourist dollars, like niggas go to New Orleans 365 days a year. It is a tourist destination in America. How many people go to the Ninth World War? Nobody. How many people go to the canal streets? Everybody.
Everybody.
Yeah, we're not gonna flood this place. That don't make financial sense. Hey, it do not make financial sense. It makes zero sense.
Irresponsible. Yep, that's what they deem that shit as.
Yo, so question for the panel. So what's some ways that people can start alchemy to dodge this hijack?
Man, you gotta sit in the Negrito. You gotta get into the nothingness of it all. You gotta get into the substrate,
Yeah. Yeah. That what they call it, no man's land. No man's land.
Too much ego going on. So the conversation of alchemy is gonna go in one ear and out of an average nigga. But see, if you went through a 9-year 2025 where every form of ego of you was tested throughout the year, that's a good thing. Because now you've been through the substrate. You can recreate yourself in the ways of order. We're not gonna get nowhere in this shit without order. So that would be the first thing and possibly the only thing. What's the difference between a military, police, a world-class basketball team, any type of prison, any type of real shit that's going on? What's going on in the midst of the ranks of the institution? Order.
That's the first thing.
And they all specialize in something too.
That's magic. That did make you think that the police is the police?
Yep.
They did magic on your ass because they operate in an order.
Think about it. You still know the Pledge of Allegiance.
So let's tap into this. So right? Like I said, I had referenced Libernol and Psychonaut, and I want the collective type into this. And this is something, we can look forward to on the Patreon. But right now, right, as Hood said, they trick you that thinking about the police. But think about it. All they did with that is place a sigil in front of you. Right? We gotta really get over and see through these symbols that be put in our face. Even on cars, there's symbols to these companies and manufacturers.
So if a cop come up and it's in like tie-dye shit, motherfucker says groovy dude on the side, and he gets out like, freeze, put your hands up. You gonna be like, dog, what the fuck is going on? Like, am I in a movie? Right? But if it comes in black and white and it has red and blue lights, you generally are under the impression in your subconscious mind that you are getting pulled over by the police. Now, I'm talking about the average individual. What if you were that committed to your shit, like the institution known as the Fraternal Order of Policing is, into just whatever it is that you're trying to manifest?
What if your routine was that well known to
like when people see you, they be like, "What up, Hood? Let me get some mushrooms."
Yeah, the repetition.
I got you.
The repetition of it all, that thing second nature in you so much that you do that thing, you operate that thing without even knowing it.
Yeah. What if?
I think this world wouldn't be the world that we're living in, because that's, man, like, really just contemplate that though.
Just think about it. Because that's all they're doing. They're being repetitious in how they show up. And then they might add some razzle dazzle, a SWAT team.
Yeah, a little
have a battering ram.
Yeah, a couple more camera angles.
Yeah, they got the body cam footage now. And they'll deal with shit that you don't want to deal with. And they show up and do the shit that you be like, you about to deal with this crazy bitch with a knife? No, I'm not about to deal with that. We'll do it. And we'll wear this uniform and we'll get it's just a magic ritual.
That's crazy that you said
but
that.
Think about it in you. I'm just going back to your question, AD. Think about the person that you are serving, like the cop is serving the drug addict, or the drug dealer, or whoever. The cop got customers,
Right.
I'm not a cop customer. You know what I mean? I don't fuck around, but it's a lot of people that criminals are cop customers, right? It's a uniform. It's a energy symbiotic. It's a centrifugal force. Right. This is all alchemy. Like, a nigga is so into the character of being a drug dealer that he'll be like, man, I gotta do this 20 years, man, for selling this drug. He in the movie. he committed to the role. He gangster thug. Like, he wanna be around niggas for 20 years. Like, he didn't even have to. Like, he could have chose a different alchemy.
Like, I got this 20 cents, man. I'll be back.
Man, I'm about to get a vending machine, bro.
How many niggas was brainwashed with that crab in the barrel mentality?
Alchemy. But it's like conscious alchemy or unconscious alchemy.
That's the difference right there.
That's the difference. Because when you look at a nation, right, a country, is a bunch of niggas that believe in some shit that ain't theirs. America, can I get a house? Fuck off.
And we'll fight you for it, bro. We'll fucking fight you for it.
No, not fight you, kill you. A sniper, a military grade sniper will shoot niggas all day and come back home with PTSD and get a $5,000 a month check and tell him, you know what I'm saying, go to hell. And what else? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's a million soldiers
Facts.
They not living like kings
at all.
Hell no.
That's the reason why we number one in homelessness.
How many homeless soldiers is most of them niggas be having the Vietnam and the whatever the fuck
All them
war
niggas
that they
get
served
VA
in?
all them niggas get VA checks. Just about.
Man, and they still homeless.
And they
Think
still-
about that. So we got a real problem of not understanding the power of alchemy versus being under the attack of alchemy. And I'm saying in 2026, it's a 1 year, it's the beginning of the year. You niggas can have it your way.
Yeah, this is how the year started. Like, I can't emphasize that point enough. But this is how the year started. That should give you an idea of how this thing is going to progress.
Started in Sagittarius too, by the way. So it's like them niggas was really doing alchemy. They had their air bone there already.
I mean, it's all laid out, man. But I really feel like that Mars conjunct Venus is so powerful. So powerful.
Yeah. It's like it's the totality of life. You know, that's why I've been really studying like partnerships, which is ironic. I've been really listening, like really like loving interviews from Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis, like producers. They used to work with Prince and Janet Jackson. The list goes on and on and on, right? But the way they make music is Jimmy Jam, he do the bottom or the funk pause. He do the basses and the drumming. And then Terry Lewis do the bass and the drumming. Jimmy Jam does the keyboards and the melodies and shit.
Mm-hmm.
And that's all they do. And they was like, man, that's our formula. That made me think about Venus and Mars, but then also masculine and feminine. And then just really understanding like the totality of life is like hard and soft. It's war and love. It ain't one or the other. And can you tap into this is a question, because saying you might have to fight for your life is also saying like I'll just roll over and die. You know, that's the difference between red magic and not really like processing it for real. Because it's like, yeah, just like you're going to fall a victim under the propaganda one way or another. So you might as well fight, basically. Because not fighting is stupid. Like it is like what does that even look like?
And it is like, you know, if you really about this shit, it's like fuck being a slave, fuck going to jail, shit, nigga. I'll die about this shit and reincarnate. What's up?
Exactly. Like you gotta like really stand on shit at some point. Like what is we actually doing?
Like you have to be on your avatar shit. Like my mission ain't finished, nigga. We'll be back. I got my ancestor ready. Like it might sound goofy, but it's like we got to get in that type of mind state when we really want to get behind something. Because 9 times 10, it's gonna be those people who passive, and it's gonna be those people who gonna choose a side and die.
Man, you know, they got niggas that'll tell you, they said the meek shall inherit the earth. I'm not trying to wait for that.
That's some shit you would tell a motherfucker, right? And then Trump would be like, yeah, we about to take over the country from here on out.
Yeah. Nah, and the nigga that delivering your food is one of them people, right? Like, nah. It's too many unknowns involved in this for there to be to a point where any one individual that has to take part in being responsible for safety for herself. Just every now and again, maybe look over for thy neighbor. That's all I'm saying. Right? Like, this is one of those times where some people ain't gonna be able to fight for themselves.
Yeah.
What the fuck is we're not individuals, guys? I know you're thinking it makes a lot of sense.
Mm-hmm.
It makes logical sense. You pay rent at your house, and
For yourself and by yourself. And
you have different motherfuckers from Tinder come over from time to time, and you just an individual. You're an individual. It's not real. It's not fucking real.
Individual cracks.
You wanna be in a community. You wanna be supported. You wanna support others. That's all you wanna do. You wanna be supported by motherfuckers. You want a motherfucker to hug you every day for no reason. You want a motherfucker to give you a kiss. You're a fucking human being. Don't ever think that you're supposed to be alone and cycling through Tinder, pressing green likes. This is not real.
Yeah, this is not real. That shit is not real at
You're
all.
gonna have to wake the fuck up. You're not an individual. You need a community. It is not. That's how the world exists.
Yeah, that's fucking bananas, bro. Like, put it this way. This does sound like doom and gloom if you are one of those people who don't like to co-mingle and cooperate, right?
And work with others.
Yeah, like if that's how you live your life on an extensive level, like all I'm saying is like you might have a bit of a culture shock. You know what I'm saying? Like you might have a bit of a culture shock if you're one of those people who moves and maneuvers throughout life as an individual. You pay your bills, you work your hours, you do what you have to do for you. And if you exist on that level, all I'm saying is that's great for you and that's wonderful for you. But this is going into the time where that no longer might be an option. Right? You might have to get a roommate or two.
Or a husband. Or a wife.
Or a husband. Like,
I'm just saying. Cultural universals, ladies
or
and
wife.
gentlemen.
Or wife. I mean,
and you know, and
if a lot of dudes out there that can afford a couple women, like, you know.
I mean, if you're cheating, stop cheating and introduce them hoes.
Yeah, like, I'm serious. That money. You're gonna need that money for war. You're gonna need that money for war.
Introduce them hoes.
You gotta be honest, man.
Start a fucking compound, okay? Cheaters never win. How you?
I'm gonna tell you this:
cheating.
You gotta be
These
honest.
girls like having threesomes. Come on, man.
How you justify paying an exorbitant amount of money to a side piece?
Because niggas believe in that weak ass quote. It ain't tricking if you got it.
Yeah.
No.
The war popping off and you trying to figure out what house to motherfucking protect.
Yeah. What house?
Make that make sense, nigga.
Yeah.
They like, Daddy, where you at? I'm with my family.
Yeah.
I thought we was your family, Daddy. The Venezuelans is outside.
They coming in the house speaking something that don't sound like Spanish, but you think it's Spanish, and it's over.
Some tribal dialect.
Yeah, I don't want no support, but I'm ready for it. I mean, I'm as ready as I'm going to be for it. I mean, yeah.
Hey, niggas, stop cheating. Whoever out there still cheating in 2026.
I'm telling you, man. Y'all remember when we was talking about how niggas cheat is really feminine and them being open and honest is actually masculine?
Yeah, man.
What's suck is seeing her on Dateline News while you in the house with your woman, and you like, damn,
the Venezuelans got them. You like, why you so sad? You know her?
I couldn't get there in time.
No, I don't know that bitch.
But your wife see you drop a tear type shit, you like, oh man.
Oh man.
That's the equivalent of your girl crying over her ex dying.
Yeah, like, bro.
It's like, you missed that nigga, bitch.
Yeah, like I'm just saying, I'm waiting for the wrong nigga to come to the wrong hood flossing. That's what I'm waiting for, bro. I'm waiting for it, bro. Like that flossing shit is not gonna cut it in 2026. You watch, bro. You watch. A line been drawn in the sand. Y'all can thank 21 Savage in them. Like y'all can thank.
Hey man, that motherfucking crumpet tea drinking motherfucker.
Yo, I can thank the UV guy.
Hey, Sermon, what that nigga got, a UV visa?
He got a U visa, bro, an informant visa, bro.
You know, niggas like him helping with the war.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
he also helping with the economy, low key.
Right, because all these niggas is just basically faction bootleg Masonic niggas that's just been hijacked just to control the youth and shit. So it's just like
they cool agents. They cool.
Yeah. You know, not to ruin your music play. I mean, I still listen to these niggas, but I know they snitches at the end of the day.
Yeah, it's only a handful like that can get real play. Most of this shit just be for content creation. I swear to God.
You know, we got Playboy Snitch. You know, we can't forget about him. All the new streamers. You know, them boys snitches too.
Snitching has been an Olympic sport. That ain't gonna never change. What's next, big bro?
Just walking people through this because I think it says a lot to a system that really gets you into beginning or creating your own system moving into the future. And so this is one of the most important aspects to Magic is doing the shit when nobody is watching or paying attention.
Integrity.
Yeah, like that's one of the most important parts of Magic. So this is 2026. When you add up all those numbers, it equals the 10. 1 plus 0 is 1. So this is a universal 1 year. The number 1 is connected to red. And so just some aspects of red magic. It is a wartime magic. You know, and it's a coincidence that all of these things.
Satan too, though.
You said what?
I said, is red loosely connected to Satan too, though?
I mean, it depends. It depends when you say Satan. That's from a particular paradigm.
Yeah, for shits and giggles, for the peanut gallery people. No, continue to paint the picture, bro.
So, it's just a coincidence when you study chaos magic, or I study Philip J. Carroll, Liber Chaos. He describes red magic to be that of a war magic.
Mm-hmm.
So is it a coincidence that 2 days into the year of the 1 year, universal year, which the color associated with that year is red, does a war enact to where you get
the war gets
show up? So yeah, it let people know this is the type of time that I'm on. But when you look deeper into red magic, war magic is more of having a psychological advantage. So for the magical practitioner, I would just say alchemy is your time to envision yourself in a state where you're unfuckwittable. Because what you're doing going through those 9 years is like fear based, survival based, trying to
Mhm.
make it, trying to understand, I just want to do better and all this type of shit. Well, red magic is I am the most formidable killing machine on earth, and nobody would even think to fuck with me.
Mhm.
That's what America is, right?
Mhm.
It ain't to say it's the biggest or the baddest, but right now they just did a psychological thing where they went into Venezuela in a matter of 2 hours, became the leader of a whole entire nation with the largest heavy crude oil reserve, exactly what it needed to continue for its people to have jobs and things of that nature.
Mhm.
Now, the thing about red magic I might add is that prepare for a counterattack.
Absolutely.
Those niggas that been delivering you DoorDash for these past couple years,
Mhm. Mhm. Your Uber
uh,
driver.
yeah, Uber driver Hector,
Mhm.
yeah,
Mhm.
yeah, be keep your head on a swivel.
It's one of those real obscure countries, right? That you wouldn't notice them unless they weren't here. But they gonna make sure that you know they here now. Like they gonna make sure you know that they here now. Guaranteed, without a doubt.
So you got Maduro. That's the president name, which is just a name, right? When you get into shit, hold on. The word Maduro comes from the Spanish and Portuguese, meaning ripe, mature. A dark aging of cigars, which have an extended fermentation process.
Fermentation, that word sticks out.
It's funny. We've been
Fermentation,
talking about cigars a lot lately.
And y'all thought I
he
had this.
had,
Y'all thought I've been here pumping these bitches for no reason, huh?
he
Hey.
had to. Fermentation represents the spiritual stage negredo of decay and rebirth. The
Mhm.
breaking down, I'm sorry, the breaking down of the old self for a new, authentic spiritual essence.
Mhm. Mhm.
So why is this nigga's name Maduro? Coincidence. The nigga's name could have been Ricardo.
Ain't no coincidences in spirituality, big bro.
I mean, people will say it,
Mhm.
but the president that the picture that the president showed of the dude, he got blacked out glasses on.
Mhm.
Is this a symbol for the Negredo?
I mean, yeah, that fermentation process starts at a blackening.
The blackening phase.
Damn, look at it. 300, 303 billion barrels. 33. These is Masons, man.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. This
All
is
day,
all
all day.
On
It's the
the
same playbook. Oh,
Orinoco belt, on the Orion belt.
come on, bro. Orion belt, bro. Like you can't.
if oil isn't the Negredo, then I don't know what is, guys.
Yeah, I
Mm-hmm,
don't know what
mm-hmm,
it is.
mm-hmm.
It is the ultimate turn nothing into something, bro. That is the ultimate oil, bro.
It is
Can't,
the ultimate decay of all ancient energy into just this slimy substance that
Sludge.
people just decided this
wow.
will be perfect for
Everything.
my
Wow.
Dodge Caravan.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Mm-hmm. For
You
the lights in my
utilizing your
house, for the
ancestors
lights in my
for
house,
everything.
for the stove that cooks our meals, for the tractor out front, out back,
Hey.
for
If
everything.
it didn't power the tractor trailers, we wouldn't have none of this shit. So it's just all relying upon the ancestors for millions and billions of years. Their decay, their death.
So in a way, if you can, could you bring up a picture of like crude oil?
Yeah, I got one. The one you got on the Discord.
Let me see. Or that was just like a diagram just showing like
You want to see like what it looks like type
what
deal?
what it actually looks like. In a way, it makes me think of like prehistoric necromancy in a way. You know,
That would fit with the necrogeomancy.
yeah.
I got an article I'm gonna drop in the chat, in the YouTube chat.
Yeah, that like, and all they do is boil it down. They'll send it to refineries. They'll boil it down, and from there they'll get like diesel. They'll get shit that's used for asphalt. They'll get shit that's used for your shampoo, stuff to make like tires and plastics and stuff like that. Gasoline, you know, about 50% of that will become gasoline, and all kind of other shit, you know, jet fuel, all these different things, you know, that really make our day to day what it is, you know, even hell, the fuel that goes in lighters. this I mean, at a point in time they called this black gold. I remember going to California, going to Los Angeles and Anaheim, and there's places where it could have been a house, but it's literally a fence around this parcel of land, and they just got an oil well, just pumping oil. You know what I mean? It could like, imagine your neighborhood, you know, you don't see this in the Midwest, but imagine in your neighborhood, like it's just a bunch of houses on your street, right? But imagine a couple spots where it's houses, it's just a parcel of land with just oil wells, just pumping oil constantly, just pneumatically, just pumping the oil, you know. And these people is on this little piece of land, and they just living off of that.
Yeah, just mining that shit.
Yeah, just that, you know. But I think that's fucking insane that they're about to take the oil. Well, I guess they can just take it from the Gulf. They'll just put it on ships and just take it to Texas and
refine it.
Refine that shit.
Niggas back to work.
Back to work, niggas. Like, would you ever? Oh, damn! Like the niggas that gotta reshape that shit probably scared and happy at the same time. Like, what the fuck? They're like,
yeah,
at least we still got work, but this shit ain't really ours, Jim. Like the fuck. well, Bobby, isn't any of it really ours, Bobby? Like,
right?
We never worried about that before. Like the fuck.
I think so, but I think all of this science was created before oil was even fully discovered and implemented.
Mm-hmm.
So think about the profundity, the profundity of the medieval alchemists coming up with this system of the Negredo and all of this stuff and blah 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 blah. Then one day, nigga finds some oil, and how did they know exactly what to do with it and how to refine it and then to utilize it just in the nick of time where Ford was like, you know what, let's make some cars, and the Dodge brothers was like, let's make some cars.
Yeah.
How are they even going to do this without oil?
That's it. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. If this wasn't all a plan that was put together, right? Like
think if you just had oil. Just think if you just had oil and no cars, or think if you had cars and no oil.
yeah.
What would the world look like
Hood.
What does the world look like with just oil in it?
with just oil?
Like,
This is the difference between alchemy
I would
and
say
not doing alchemy.
I would say, do any of us know the real reason as to why any niggas never really fucked with oil like that?
Like I'm trying to figure that shit out. Like I don't know no niggas really just into oil for real.
And but this just based off of what you're teaching us right now, wouldn't one beg to differ? Right? Like, why not? Like, why the fuck not?
Because I think when you look at this shit, it's so abstract
Were we
that you just kind of whatever.
Were we whiteballed out of that?
What do you say?
Were we whiteballed out of that? Because I don't call it blackball, I call it whiteball. Were we whiteballed out of that?
I mean,
I don't think niggas could put it together until now, honestly. I think niggas been dangling at the bait, never really putting shit together. I think we are the people. We are the millennials. We are the rainbow children.
Mm-hmm.
We are in our 40s and our 30s. We are those niggas. Mm-hmm. We have a purpose to make sense of this shit in a world where niggas haven't fully grasped alchemy in a tangible sense.
And niggas don't care about niggas.
Or even magic, period.
Right. It's just kind of like conscious niggas is a joke in 2020. We gotta be real about it. We're not respect of the panics and the hemmets and all that. It ain't today.
It ain't today. The shit has become a hobby to niggas.
It's cool. We all know the talking points. We regurgitate the talking points.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm here tonight like, no, this actually all means shit.
It's something to everybody. Like,
It ain't subjective. It's objective.
Mm-hmm.
That oil and that dead skeleton is oil. And this mathematical composition is a nigga telling somebody, y'all niggas need to find oil, because oil is going to turn you niggas up to a level you niggas ain't never been turned up before. These motherfuckers was in caves not too long ago, guys.
Mm-hmm.
One thing this reminds me.
This shit's so baphometic.
I mean, I'm ready to jump through the hoops. Like, I'll be the first guinea pig nigga to put my name on some oil. I'm with the shits, nigga. Like, I'm with the shits.
This shit made me think of the Soylent Green, but also, when you think about how the government, we're just Social Security number wise, we're just, numbers in a checkbook for, these huge governments. And it's crazy because they using your ass beyond the grave, you get what I'm saying, for energy, like extracting every single piece out of you. You know what I mean?
So a nigga can go to the Waffle House.
So a nigga could go to the Waffle House. Mm-hmm. But I think it's funny. It's like you don't even know how important you are to the government. We say so much shit about the government, but we so important, you know what I mean, to everything that they stand for, but we can't take a hold of that value for ourselves and alchemize it, right?
Actually,
man, this is just something to really sit and think about from an alchemical standpoint. And then just the concept of the solvent coagulant.
Mm-hmm.
It's just another thing I just wanted to put out there because we basically, talking about that, um, which is Latin. It's an alchemical model. Basically, it translates into dissolve and coagulate, which is basically, putting something in a solvent,
Mm-hmm.
and then breaking it down to its elementary parts and then putting it back together. Kind of like, we always say lead to gold, but lead to diamond,
Yeah.
because it's
Peer
literally,
proposition.
yeah, it's literally just carbon. The
Mm-hmm.
pencil lead and that rock that, is on a ring is the exact same thing. It's the exact same thing. The only thing is that one is in a crystalline structure. One was broken down and then it went through a chemical process and became refined. But solve et coagulate means
Can I
yeah,
just add something to what you're saying?
yeah.
When you said crystalline structures, now, what is the human body made of mostly? Everybody knows this.
Mm-hmm.
What is it made out of?
Carbon,
Well,
carbon,
the liquid,
Water.
blood.
Wa- water, right? Is it water? Like people
Mm-hmm.
say your body mostly, but if you was to cut yourself open, water ever leaked out?
Hell no.
Now I'll give you another question. What do they say the cells is mostly created with?
They say water.
Water.
Uh-huh.
You ever seen a water filled cell? No, you never seen it. Why? Because water in your body is not water. What your body does to water is that it makes it into a crystalline structure, guys.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Those,
It's not the water in the ocean, guys. It's a whole different structure in your body.
those
Mm-hmm.
same elements that you see when they're describing or formulating the picture that creates what we deem as DNA. Those are those crystalline structures that are put.
Oh yeah. Your DNA is crystalline structure water. Yeah.
It
Yep.
makes me
Mm-hmm.
think about the saying about blood is thicker than water. That's
That,
like
that's some shit. That's some shit that they say. The early bird gets the worm, or good things come to those who wait. Like niggas would be sitting in the middle, like I don't know what I'm supposed to do. Like that shit just to confuse you.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Blood
Yeah.
is thicker than water is some crazy ass shit. Yeah. Uncle
That's
Larry,
only, and
he
that's only,
molested us, but blood is thicker than water.
and
Like,
that's
no.
only
Blood is water, nigga.
half of the statement. And that's only half of the statement. The statement wasn't even meant to infer that, family is more important than non-family. That's not even what it was meant for. But people took that as by chopping just that portion of it off and using just that and, whatever it is that they're talking about. Blood thicker than water. Yeah, it's half the story, unfortunately. Like most dogmas, right? Like you were just describing.
yeah, and that's why I brought it up because it's like we really be fed some shit that we really don't know.
That eye for an eye shit. Like that shit just leaves everybody blind. But niggas say it every chance they get to mean some real tough or hard shit, right? Like eye for an eye, nigga. Like he nigga take mine down.
I can't let these niggas see me weak.
Yeah.
If they think he can do it, they all gonna do it. I hate that shit.
But when you really put these things under a microscope and you really like look deeper at what these fucking things could actually mean to certain people, you'll see that these fucking meanings like they more damage than they do good to fucking people, bro.
Yeah. That shit is like it's just like a mind fuck for real. It's
Because
so crazy. But that's alchemy too, because
Yeah, I was
people
just to say, yeah.
believe things that's not real, but you can't tell them that it's not real because they believe it to be true.
Right.
the amount of people I had to talk down about what snitching was and wasn't is ridiculous.
You remember when 21 Savage and Banks was having that whole conversation about that shit?
To listen to a person tell you what snitching is and not be snitching is so frustrating and annoying, right? Because you're like, that's really not it. What I'm saying though, I don't want nobody to get in trouble. I'm like, bro, like that's literally not the same thing. Like it's not. And some people will literally cut themselves off in certain critical points in life because they think they might be telling on someone unfairly, right? Like, and that's just not how life is. Some things require you to tell the truth in order for you to get what you actually need and need to receive. But I'm not going to tell the truth because I don't want X, Y, and Z to feel some type of way. Is fucking weird to me. Like,
What's that Hermetic law? Every truth is a half truth.
Yeah, that's why I always say, like, the truth never needed nobody to tell it, right? It's man that perverts truth. It's man that manipulates truth. Let another nigga tell you that he the reason that truth actually exists. He's a man. You know what I'm saying?
So yeah, money don't grow on trees, right? That's not
You
real.
don't, bro.
No, it's not. Money is not natural. It's not a natural
Look,
thing.
that had to be a Templar thing, right? The money don't grow on trees thing. That had to come from right?
I'll tell you, bro, shit got real Baphometic because niggas had to be talking to some heads for them to come up on that oil.
Like I'm telling you, like that's gotta be the craziest shit. Imagine you ain't never seen oil before, but you know medieval alchemy, and they talking about this black substance, and when you bring it up through the works of alchemy, it turns into this thing that's going to elevate you to a god. And you like, I don't know what
I could be a god tomorrow. I
smell like shit. I'm in a fucking in a shack somewhere. I don't know nothing, but I believe in this alchemy shit. And then once because oil had been around, but it was the motherfucker Rockefeller who created the Standard Oil, which was all of the refineries which utilized the oil, made it something to be usable. And to this day, this nigga Rockefeller is in everything, the Rockefeller Foundation, the universities that people go through, what we learn.
Most of the American infrastructure still runs off of basic oil, bro. So
that shit was valid. It turned them into a god, So whatever deity or demon they was fucking with to come up with this alchemy shit, I swear to God, this nigga knew what he was talking about because all this shit came out before oil. I'm telling like
this shit got me feeling like Mephistopheles was involved, right? Like somebody just came down and the nigga was in a cave just walking upside down, right? Like, and he had that little tail thing come out. It's like, yeah, like whatever you want, just make a wish type shit. Like,
oh God, niggas was trying to summon Mephisto and shit.
It was like turn this oil into a whole country of oil.
I remember it was a video with Phil Valentine and Bobby Hemmett, and they were talking about semen retention. They were saying like how semen is kind of like a crude oil, and then when you allow it to go up your spine, kind of like you got crude oil at the base of a distillation column, and as you work it, you you bring heat to it, you allow it to rise. And the oil at the top, most of the time, is like gasoline. That's the lightest, for the most part, is being able to extract it, and that's what's useful. So it made me think about that. You know what I mean? Because when we talk about like your semen rising, it's not that white thick stuff. It's actually a very refined, crystallized thing,
It's
and plus a lot of people don't know, your semen is blood. So, that's why these vampires really be trying to suck you down.
All right, that was a little bit left field. Okay, yeah, that too. But It
Hey,
does. I think the plasma.
Yeah, I'm so confused right now. Hold on. Hey.
It does start out as plasma at some point, but then it does matriculate into semen. All right, yeah, you just made me
Yeah, guys.
um, um, yeah, I just lost my point off of that one.
I'm trying to find that eater from 2023. Wait, hold on. We doing a podcast right now. Hold on. Podcast, not an eater. I'm not looking for an eater right now. Why am I thinking about an eater?
It's not eater.
Oh man, this is crazy.
Not an eater.
I blame you.
Nah, man. I'm just trying to have people understand what their body is and what it can do.
Hey, yo, man.
Nah. Niggas can't get me with that one.
That was crazy.
Nah.
You gotta reflect on that one, brother.
Nah, bro.
But they said we grown men, you know what we talking about.
You on the road. The nigga said, I'm mean though. I quit. I don't play no more.
So you was talking about Mephistocles. You said it was making you think about Mephistocles, but I could kind of like, it's all connected in reality, right? Money is a new invention. Wasn't invented in the 1300s, 1500s, right? In the 1700s, for real, it started off by this dude named John Law. John Law and Goethe was friends. Goethe wrote Faust. Now, Faust is the story about Mephistopheles, but Mephistopheles and Faust is about John Law. Now, John Law came up with a system of creating wealth because wealth wasn't even a concept at a certain point in time because no nigga ever said, I got unlimited grain. Why? Because grain was going to spoil, dumbass. What you going to do? You could only have but so much, and you would have to, so money and wealth was something that came with paper money because it had no intrinsic value. And so it would just be like a pissing contest. I got 1 million fake pieces of paper. I got 100 million fake pieces of paper. That's what it is, right? And John Law created this system. Goethe knew John Law. John Law tried it. It failed. Niggas was laughing at him. But at a certain point, what economists come to realize that all money started with John Law. But the story Goethe,
he ultimately succeeded.
Huh?
I say he ultimately succeeded though.
He ultimately succeeded, but he died of failure.
Okay.
But this goes into Faust and Mephistopheles because Mephistopheles was the devil teaching these niggas that nigga, I'm gonna show y'all how to win in this motherfucker. I'm teaching y'all niggas. So Faust is about alchemy. It's like, nigga, y'all, this paper ain't shit. It ain't nothing. But y'all gonna rule the world with nothing. Y'all going to have castles and beautiful bitches with nothing. Y'all gonna have armies and houses big as the motherfucking eyes can see because you have nothing.
Yo, so
you have nothing the most. You understand it the most.
Yo, so
this
easier
is
breakdown. Real. Another easier breakdown for like people to get Mephistocles or Mephisto is Doom. His mother is that actually dealt with him. You know what I'm saying? Like he's mentioned in Marvel stories as well too.
He was in the last what was that last shit that just came out?
Ironheart.
Yeah, he was in that. He was the grand finale in that shit. Cause this shit is real. This is when I started just even talking about it and studying it. But I'm telling you, the more I study, the more I get it. I'm like, oh, this is a story. It's interesting. But niggas in 2026 got money like it's real. Niggas will talk all day about money like it's real, but it ain't. It
It was created by John Law. The Mississippi Bubble.
Just think about it. Nigga came up with a concept of an idea of accumulating paper.
And making niggas think that it was real and worth something. And niggas said, yeah.
Of that paper deemed how important successful you were. That's crazy, bro.
Niggas said we about to make paper be actually worth something. And the nigga said, hey, if you think it's true, we'll give it a shot. This nigga was dedicated to that shit. And he failed. And he died of failure. And in 2026,
they probably told
billions of people is using your system, nigga.
Yeah, they probably told that nigga, if you pull this off, people gonna think money just grows on trees. Right? Right.
That's what they said to the nigga. The nigga went like this, like Birdman.
If you pull this off, they just gonna think money grow on trees. Like
that makes me now I'm thinking about John D and them niggas and what they did for the Queen.
Yeah, they gave her power out of nothing. She ain't had shit.
Shit.
She ain't had shit. Like them niggas was running around with word of mouth out there. Like wondering if some Moors was gonna come around the corner or something. Like they wasn't really like that. You know what I'm saying? But them niggas, they had their repetition and they magic. They had their repetition and they magic. It was about that magic.
And imagine if niggas, it's 10 of y'all, right? And 3 of you is doing magical sigils and seances. Y'all walking through the neighborhood and shit. All right, we gotta ground this 4 area, this parlay. We gotta throw up our shields and our sigils and our wards.
Nah, bro, woosah, bro. Them niggas ain't ready for that, bro. You said with the parlay and sigil and all.
But niggas will live in the 9th ward. Niggas
they ain't
will
ready
live
for that.
in the 3rd ward. Niggas will live in the 1st district, the 2nd district. Niggas will live on the street or an avenue. All I'm saying is the way that the British gained their power because they was walking around with mages. And this whole world this whole country was laid out, nigga. Everywhere you go, you walking into a matrix, nigga.
Forcing niggas to grow up in the projects. What the fuck you think the projects?
Nigga laid that out for you to live in there.
Laid that out for you, bro. Nothing but
made it.
Nothing but squares and right angles. Cut off all spirit, nigga.
Took you away from all nature.
Yep, took you away from all nature. Put you in imprisonment right inside of your own fucking domain. Like this is your dominion here, but you are in prison within your own dominion.
Why did your mom send you to school? Why did your mom send you to school?
To get indoctrinated?
Yep. You lost as a right angle.
Didn't she have to work?
No, for real though.
She had to work. She had no choice.
She couldn't homeschool you. She had to go to work. So
what was the option? What could she really have?
Probably sit your ass with grandma, but she ain't gonna do that shit.
Grandma had to work too.
Shit, grandma had your mama already. Grandma through.
Right.
You shouldn't even have been fucking Cheryl Dean because I ain't about to take care of this.
I watched enough kids in my lifetime, Geraldine.
I'm about to sit and watch these stories and then play bingo on Thursdays. I can't.
Make sure you drop off my cigarettes too and play my numbers.
You better send that boy to the public school so he can be socialized and indoctrinated and not know who he is and be more pledging allegiance to a flag than a family, Geraldine. you was the one I wanted to fuck. Now you make him another soldier for the American army, because
grow up loving that white Jesus. Go ahead, send him back.
Go ahead.
Can't make this shit up.
A nigga said this the other day. He said, if you close your eyes and listen to the average black person argue now, especially about politics, you might hear Charlie Kirk. And I said, he probably not lying, bro. Like niggas argue talking points against themselves and don't even be knowing it half the time. and that shit is irritating.
Because they talking from a opinionated view, not from a research.
They talking from repetition of shit they heard so fucking much that they actually start to believe it.
Imagine how much you can open up. You like, honestly, bro, I really don't know nothing about that. But for real, let's really study that shit. And depend off what that nigga say, that's how you know if they really trying to really work through that shit.
Here you go. All you gotta do is ask them how they feel about black on black crime.
They know how they feel about it. They listen to rap music every day.
If they know those numbers and they don't give a fuck about the other numbers, then you probably get a good idea of who you're talking to. Because that shit's super weird. But I digress. There's something about that mischievous proposition, right? Because ultimately that's what we're talking about when we talk about Mephistocles' energy, right? That mischievous proposition, right? The audacity and the gall, the unmitigated gall, right? The unmitigated gall to think that you should be able to obtain a particular thing, right? That's what we describe, right? Who says I can't have it? Why not me? In a type energy. Am I wrong, Hood?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like it would be more of a benevolent energy more than a negative energy, because it's like when I think about demons or energies, I think about people who just generally know more and trying to pass on knowledge, because I took like a microdose. And sometimes I take a microdose and it'll kick my ass, and then like I'll just be like having this. It's the integration period where I just feel uncomfortable, and I just wanted to feel good and be more relaxed. But
Okay.
the integration period is not like that. It's uneasy, but it's the download. It's the period of transformation, metamorphosis. And so when I look at Mephistopheles, I feel like he's trying to impart knowledge. That's the part of every individual that is giving him knowledge to understand itself in the world and live as a genius in a world where motherfuckers look at you like, damn, why not think of that? It's like, I don't know. Because what is genius? Genius is the letting go of your conscious mind, allowing your soul to express itself. So any genius is not a genius in the sense where it's just so fucking amazingly smart. It's just smart enough to know that it's dumb, and it can drop that that ego, that thought process. It knows how to say fuck it. It knows how to just kick it away
When the
and
game theory of it all comes up.
and allow the soul. So LeBron James, or you wouldn't say LeBron James is a fucking genius, but something in him is a genius.
No, Michael Jordan, a genius.
But you wouldn't talk to him. You wouldn't talk to him and be like, "Damn, this nigga smart as hell." Like you do the fucking the commentary now. I'd be like, "Yo, what did you talk about, MJ?" But the way he played basketball it's like it's called the flow state.
Yeah.
Right.
But no, for real, like didn't they say Socrates called his daemon genius, right?
Right. That's what it is. That's what it is. It's your totalitarian spirit. It's something within you that's doing the work. It's already doing the work. So that means mentally you don't have to do the work. What are we being programmed and conditioned to think and to do? We think it's a meritocracy. Meanwhile, your daddy could be rich. What if your daddy was rich and I worked hard? Who's gonna get the job? Not the hard worker.
Nepotism.
The nepotism is always going to succeed in this world.
Yeah.
Bronny James played for the Lakers, y'all. I don't think y'all
Yeah.
understand.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
This
no,
nigga
for
playing
real.
for the Lakers in year 2. This nigga is not an NBA player, but he is
Year
LeBron
three.
James.
Yeah,
Year 3, bro. Year 3.
Yeah, see, this is sick.
Sick, bro. It's sick.
All I'm saying is genius. Genius is a way of alchemy. It's like Mephistocles is a part of everybody.
Mm-hmm.
You could be afraid of it and call it the devil. You a
Right.
dumbass.
Isn't it that wall though that most people have up with their supposed morality? Right.
Yeah, it is that.
That wall, right? That's why I mentioned game theory a second ago, because it's sort of that wall. Like it's that fine line between, all right, um, um, are you willing to do this to get to where it is that you say you want to go, or are you gonna hold yourself back and say you don't deserve to be there because nobody deserves to be there type shit?
It's not even a mode of you even thinking. It's a mode like back to the integration. It's the part of you receiving. Because you can receive at a level where you don't even know. Them niggas did not know about oil, but they drew the pictures of it anyways.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know what the fuck this shit is, but it's some black substance with a whole bunch of ancestors all encoded in it, and it's going to lead us to the promised land.
nah,
It's
for real. Like,
1672, and this nigga is not even going to live to see it. He's not even going to live to see it, but he's writing it down. And by the time a nigga was able to live to see it, the person that created it
Just
didn't
picked it up,
even know.
took it across the finish line.
That's alchemy.
That's
But
but like,
a 1 year is you having the foresight that you might not even live to see.
Mm-hmm. But you're gonna create it anyway.
But you gonna create it anyway. Niggas ain't about that.
Yeah, that's the cooperation part. You have any cooperation levels in your heart? This is not a thinking thing. Can you tap into that part of yourself that makes you a part of something that's bigger than yourself?
through banishing magic, yeah. Banishing.
I think
I mean, are
I
you
think
on the consistent level though? I think that's what we're talking about, right? Like, we're gonna do it on a consistent level though. Is that gonna be the modus operandi, or is that gonna be some, some fly by night shit, some performative shit? Like these are ideas that have to be operated to a particular point of making it your ideal, and until it becomes to that level, like everything else is just thought corpses at this point.
I think in the light of making something from nothing is literally pushing the ego aside, because it's like when you meditate enough, I mean, it really is doing nothing, and allowing um your true essence to shine through, to take the wheel per se. And then with like Faust, it makes me think of like in the Bible with the devil really didn't do shit. You get what I'm saying? It was always the egos of man that led to war, that led to idolatry, that led to sinning, you
All
know?
that shit. All that shit.
Yeah,
All
yeah.
that shit.
And in a way, the Bible even says it, even like what you really have to read with an alchemist's eye, but it even says um the devil is in place to let you know that you fail every time when you put your ego on a pedestal. The devil ain't stopping you from doing shit. The devil's trying to show you where your power lies.
Mm-hmm.
But is demonized because we don't want people to know where their power lies. And that's why, you know, you get what I'm saying, it's depicted in a certain way. But all the devil is telling you, like, you fucking your own shit up. I don't have to do nothing to you. You know what I mean? And really the devil is nothing but a trickster, because he laughing at your ass when you thinking you gonna come up with some great plan to make some shit happen when that all you really have to do is do nothing. Darkness, the Negredo state, Negredo, you know, meditating. And look, we find ourselves back at meditation. You wanna do alchemy? Nigga, I'm gonna show you how. Listen to Damien, my DMX. Listen to Omen. But I mean, because when I think of nothing, think of the top of the tree of life. Nothing is something, but it's nothing that I could say to you for you to understand what nothing is. But it's. I feel like if you got ears, you can hear.
Yeah, man, it's like something to be grateful for. Uh, Something just so amazing, a miraculous thing that you just are here for to experience. And you can set that emotion through emotion and belief because the ways for which we think about negative things are under those same parameters. But magic, in this sense, is trying to just flip the switch to an orgasmic, powerful, positive experience that just envelops you. And it's like, where can you create that from in meditation? What's this, AD?
Excuse me. I pulled this up just to really get into just banishing rituals because we was just talking about that consistency and just being into it. And a lot of times we talk about magical practices, but if we could talk about banishing a little bit along with this magic and alchemy process, it can help people really build, and I highlighted the magical concentration, you know, for their exercises, just to even once they done with their meditations, just to lock shit in because 9 times 10, like we really gotta think about the rituals at hand that's handling this shit because for them to get those images for the drawings, they was really in their bag with the scrying with the meditation. So, what I'm saying? Like I really wanted to bring this book to the forefront because it's like I remember reading this book in 2020, 2019 and reading it again in 2023. So it's like bringing it back now.
What book is
we
this?
talking about this. It's Libra Noel and the Psychonaut by Peter J. Carroll. You know what I'm saying? You had talked about Libra Chaos, so I wanted to bring this up. You know what I'm saying? So people have another tool or another information they can tap into as well. Because like I said, this is going to be a future Patreon course, and it's going to be something free. So, join the Patreon, join the Discord, so we can have these discussions for it because this is something we want to create a space for because 9 times 10, are we really creating that space for the magic in our lives? Because these niggas are, obviously. You know what I'm saying? Like, do niggas still got an altar?
I think it goes back to like people understanding themselves as having inner abilities and the cultivation of those inner abilities and what it takes to manifest in real life. And it takes something out of you.
And I don't think it's just a natural symbiotic process where you just wake up one day psychic. I think it is a process. And are people even willing and understanding that A, it takes a process, and B, I actively need to be accountable so I can like understand what I need to do in this life, or else I'm just doing what everybody else tell me to do, or what I feel like I should do. My wife said I should get into construction. You want to do construction? No, not really, but she said it'll make more money so she can get her nails done more. So yeah, it's a high rise construction too. I might die doing it, but hey, she's gonna get a pedicure on Saturday. So happy life, happy wife, happy life. Like this is how niggas is going out. And I'm like, yo, inner abilities. You can know, but you gotta work towards it. That's alchemy. It is the cultivation of you in your vortex. What is life, nigga? Is it something that somebody tells you need to do, or is it something that you can magnetize and open up portals and live life on your own terms? Do you believe in your fucking power? That's really the question. You do?
And to believe in that power, you have to build that inner voice to be able to hear it.
You have to do the work. Like to believe it, you got to see it today because it might be years and years and years and years down the line for you to even get a glimpse of what you declaring today. I was studying shit for years and years and years that just made sense today.
Real talk. Ooh.
I recorded it, I kept a record of it, but it didn't make all the sense to me.
There's,
But
there's nothing like that when shit come full circle, right?
makes it make sense.
I mean, it makes me think about like these mythos, like right, like we hear all these stories until we get a glimpse of today, and we're like, damn, like you telling me that this mythos was really talking about a comet or a planet coming to into the trajectory of Earth and causing tsunamis and waves and floods and shit, earthquakes. Like a lot of shit can go off your head, this spiritual shit. And it's like the main way to really get the insight is constantly looking inward. Cause I promise you'll be stuck reading books and all types of shit. But it's like if you never meditate, you'll really just skip over everything you really read. It'll just be jargon. It'll be hypothesis and clues. So don't miss that part.
Don't you hate a nigga that ain't doing the work but know all the shit? So you gotta literally talk to the nigga. You know he ain't about this shit for real, but he just know the words. You just read the shit yesterday, huh? It's just profound to you, huh? Okay.
A side note, do y'all remember it was a song on like one of the droughts is over by Lil Wayne. It was called Red Magic and it featured Game on it.
Hell no. I'm gonna
Yeah,
listen to it after this.
it was little Empire mixtape. That shit, the
Mhm.
Empire, that shit.
Red Magic right away made me think of Red Cafe. Y'all remember Red Cafe?
Mhm.
Yeah, it was a rapper named Red Cafe. I remember that. I remember.
He sounds
He was
sweet as
signed to
hell.
Diddy.
Rick.
Pause.
Oh
Oh no,
damn, we
man.
signed a
Niggas know what sweet means. Stop it.
Yeah, you
Damn,
for sure was signed to Diddy.
damn, hey, it's funny. Another
Right.
side note, I just searched Red Cafe and a song featuring Ryan Leslie just
You
popped up.
see them niggas trying to destroy Bud Crawford career now.
Of course.
They say they said the boy that hit was his mentor was really into boys type shit.
Man,
Wow, son. Wow, son. The niggas is
Because bro not
undefeated.
paying the boys that money. So now they gotta do what they can.
Them niggas is undefeated with their tactics, bro.
It's like this bitch ass nigga go retire too. Oh, okay, we got something for his ass. But motherfuckers head when you stand on your own too. It's crazy, man.
Yeah, it's like what I notice is that them niggas don't give up nothing that they don't control all parts of. Even with these motherfucking contracts. Yeah, we're gonna give you the money, but it's gonna be a nigga right there everywhere you spend this money type shit. Like them niggas, like they just got their hands in everything, right? Like you got more than 88% of niggas go broke after that bread, bro. That shit gotta be disheartening. You know, until you get to a point where you're like, this shit not real, but your whole life you thinking that shit is the realest shit ever. You get there, you get a little taste of it, then they take it from you type shit. Niggas is so cruel, bro.
What's the ways that the panel uses red magic?
For me, it's just being unfuckwittable. Just I don't know, just I ain't about to fight every nigga in the world. I know that's not even logical to the point where hey, I'm not gonna have to fight nobody because nigga think about even think about it, his car break down. You know what I'm saying? I'm about to fuck this nigga up. Then as soon as he think about it, you know what I'm saying, catch a flat tire or some shit. Niggas just
yeah,
know. My aunt, my aunt used to get mad when I got mad. She's like, Kyrie, stop getting mad. Because when you get mad, weird shit start happening in the house. So calm down. I
yeah,
be just wanting my energy to just fuck with your mind. Anytime you ever
really.
just think about trying to uh, harm me. Because at the end of the day, my red magic is like, I'm a father. So any bitch ass nigga that wanna like bring harm to a father, like that don't even make sense in my brain, you know.
Mm-hmm.
We
Mm-hmm.
not we not animals, you know. But
Mm-hmm.
yeah, that's how I would utilize it.
Breeze
Yeah,
circle.
yeah. No, I second that. And we got katanas in the house. Some other things. I ain't gonna say it on the live. We got some of them things in a couple different rooms. We got knives. You know what I mean? Studying the martial arts. Making sure doors is locked, windows is locked. And I like to work with dragon's blood a lot. That's one of my favorite. Dragon blood oil, dragon blood candles, dragon blood incense. That's one of my favorites. Um, and then yeah, just working with that, working with iron, hematite. Um, I got I remember I went to a apothecary and I got an iron nail that goes into the railroad tracks. Um,
Right, right.
just working with my iron, my dragon's blood, understanding, firearms, understanding different parts of martial arts, um, things of that nature. Um, yeah, I would say that.
Can
You
you
know,
can
oh,
you
my
hear me?
fault.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we hear you
Yep.
good, bro.
So for me, it's like the energy that y'all describing, what it shows up as for me is the energy that I continue to harness for being in state prison by myself. So like um it I envision it as a place where anything goes and anyone can get it or anyone can get me type shit. So my observation begins from a point of um no one will be underestimated. No one will be taken lightly. No one will be dismissed. And so like I also view it like the energy that I harness being in the hood growing up when you had to fight your way out of predicaments, right? Like there are always situations and times that arose where you in somebody else's neighborhood and you just can't talk like that, right? So the way we handled it was if I was going to continue to talk, I was going to have to fight in order to be able to talk. And that's how we policed ourselves as young men. So, like, that energy is the energy I consider that would be possessed within my red magic. Like, I don't take nobody for granted, but anybody could get it if that makes sense.
Ashe, of course. Shit, man. You know, real big time martial artist, growing my hands and feet, and that, be able to show people how to protect, self defense, and all. You know what I'm saying? I've been doing it for 5.5, it's gonna be 6 coming up. I plan to keep myself strong and healthy, so I could be like my one coach. He's a melanated male. He's in his 50s. I think he's like 52. Um, he's a world champion in multiple stuff. So it's just like, he takes care of himself. He plays, does a lot of stuff with his son, his daughters. So you know what I'm saying. I want to be able to be strong like that and show people that that masculine energy is still strong at that age. I be telling people, I don't think old is till maybe 65 or so. So being able to, use those herbs of ashwagandha, maca root. Shout out to initiatesfortheflame.org. You know what I'm saying? And really just absorbing the Togai lead, just fucking with those heavy and really making sure, you know, all that is strong and giving myself real health to my family and all. You know what I'm saying? That, that's one thing that has to really be cultivated too. You know, so I'm 25. You know, ain't nobody. You should not be balding at 25. So if you balding, get in with the initiative for the flame. We gonna get you some herbs. I'll fix that shit. You know what I'm saying? Help your testosterone be back on this bullet. You don't need to be taking no TRT.
Indeed, man.
Might have fucked with that Ozempic though. They might have fucked with that Ozempic. Niggas, I heard that Ozempic is hot like fish grease out there.
Nah, man, leave that shit alone.
Please do. I am joking. Please do. Trying to add some levity to an otherwise serious topic. Like, do not get caught up for the okie doke thinking that you gonna downsize your life with some shit over the counter. Don't do it.
Yeah, man. I will also say, man, we should table this. And I want to talk about the Somalians too. They doing alchemy in a whole different way.
A whole different way.
Get into
Yeah, that's cookies. Yeah.
That should need to be studied, like put up in the classroom.
Yeah.
That's something we can really do a bill for the Patreon. You know what I'm saying?
Them niggas been running around for 2
Do
decades.
some alchemy workshops and do some altar workshops for the collective. You know what I'm saying? Have it all on Patreon and just build from there with this shit.
They been running around for 2 decades. Motherfuckers forgot all about them. All right, that's what's up. Peace to the tribe, peace to the collective.
Of course.
Peace.
The Substack, White Rabbit Substack, Dishes for the Flay Substack. Check out South Soul Reading Substack. Of course, Moon Day Mystic. Get at my boy. You know what I'm saying? And of course, shout out to the Clubby Exchange. We appreciate all you guys for joining, talking in the chat. Of course, joining the Discord. And, you know, continue the conversation. And don't forget about the Facebook group, Conversation Initiative. We've been back active on that, you know what I'm saying, hosting a lot of good conversations. You know what I'm saying? You can see content there on our TikTok. You know what I'm saying? We're going to be breaking 15K this year, almost 30. You know, we went nuts last year. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the group for that. So much love to y'all and peace.
Oh, peace.
It's the Initiates. We back. We are the #1 spiritual podcast on the internet. Align your chakras, gain some knowledge, make more dollars. You are now tuned into scholars. Join the Discord. Be a part of the conversation. The Initiates Podcast and the Initiates Nation. Roll up your favorite pack and your best libation. Take some notes or go deep into meditation. The time we share is soul creations.
Enjoy the show.